This song is... Good morning. Morning. Did you get some good sleep? No. I was just spacing out. I couldn't sleep at all. I'd actually be more surprised if you could, given what happened. I know, right? Oh, yeah, are you hungry? I made a light breakfast using the stuff I found in your kitchen. Sorry for not asking you first. I have no appetite. Thanks, but I don't really have any appetite. Come on, you need to get some nutrients. Don't you know how important it is to have stamina to do basic everything? I eat brunch together with Dorio. I've been in very bad shape due to the combination of lack of sleep and fatigue. Even chewing this food is a chore for me, but I manage for Dorio. And lastly, I force myself to gulp down some coffee. Dorio stayed in the guest room last night. I figured things would turn out bad if she wasn't at her dorm in the morning. When I asked her about it, she said she'd already received permission to stay out by lying that one of her relatives had collapsed. It's a lie that only someone who had the trust of the dorm manager would be able to get away with. By the way, yesterday you said you found an old book in the clock tower. What happened to that book? Oh. I pick up the old book that's been sitting on my desk. It's just an ordinary book written in ordinary black letters. There's no sign of the word kill in bright red text like I saw yesterday. Must have been another one of the departed's illusions just for me. Can you read it? I can skim through it, but it'll be hard for me to fully understand without time and research. But it's related to the departed, so we've got no choice but to read it, right? Shall we try our best to decipher it? My grades in classic literature are pretty good. I'm confident I can be of some help. Let's give it a shot then. Dorio and I put our heads together and try to make some sense out of the old book. However, my addled and wearied mind is unable to focus, and I don't feel like I'm making much progress. I bet Dorio is feeling the same. She almost dozed off in her seat. Despite our less than stellar efforts, we managed to learn some new things. In the past, Mtau apparently used to worship two gods. The first one was Lord Mishigami, who is mentioned in local lore, and the other was Lord Kabigami. Mushigami and Kabigami. Furthermore, Tower has a special wedding ceremony tied to those two gods. Town, not tower. Thinking of the clock tower still. And the name of that ceremony was the departed's marriage.
Nanasho, Shibito no yomeiri.
I look at the clock and realize it's already evening. Out of the blue, my phone rings. Pangs of guilt hit me. I hesitate to pick up the phone. Maybe it's the police, who knows? Maybe Michio's body was found and the cops received a report. Someone might have seen us together when we were heading to M-Town shop. Are you not going to pick it up? No, I will. I have no choice but to face the music. Hello? It's me, Konoha. Come to the school immediately. I will brook no disagreement. That's an order from your client. Konoha's strong words are matched by an unusual, strong, assertive tone of voice. Sure thing. That's quite sudden, though. Can you at least tell me what's so important? I believe you must already have an idea. It's about Kinukawa. I can feel my heart pounding loudly. Kinukawa? I'd like to hear the details directly from you. I'll be waiting here. Make it quick. Mr. Bilicium, you look really pale. The headmaster wants to talk about Michio with me. What? You're kidding. But how? Her corpse should have disappeared. I'll be going to Kinohara Academy. Then I will also. You stay here, Doryu. The situation will only get worse if you show up at school when you're supposed to be staying at your ill relative's place today. Understood. Be very careful, Mr. Bilicium. I drag my exhausted body to the garage. Shit. What should I do? Maybe I fooled Doryu, but the moment Mr. Konoha said the name Kinakawa, my body's been trembling. Calm your ass down, Violet Bilicium. You don't know what's going to happen. Keep your head in the game. I like that. I slide in the car and take another deep breath, and then I slowly turn the ignition key. The chime rings when I arrive at Konohara Academy. It seems like I arrived just as class ended. The school looks the same as always with no cops or media in sight, which means her corpse hasn't been found yet. Why does Mr. Konoha want to talk to me about Michio then? Huh? What was that? With classes having just ended, students begin to exit the new building. However, everyone looks exhausted. I don't feel any of the usual joy that you expect from students at the end of the school day. But more disturbing than that, strange-looking apparitions are roaming around the school. Nobody has noticed their presence, though I doubt they can even see them. The number of apparitions I can count is roughly equal to the number of students. It's not just one or two. And the apparitions all look the same, like a spirit with giant insectoid legs and human face. The spirits are simply clinging to the students without doing anything, though I have a feeling that they must be the reason the students look so pale and lethargic. I can understand that they're being possessed by the spirit, but why is it happening now all of a sudden? Somehow I managed to restrain myself from making any surprised noises. Attracting attention here will only make me look suspicious. First of all, I need to get an idea what the situation is. What in the world? All the students and teachers I passed on my way to the infirmary, every single one of them had a spirit clinging to their back. Wait, is it the same for me too? I walk toward the wash bin in the corner of the infirmary, and when I look into the mirror, there are no spirits clinging to my back. I'm the only one who doesn't have one. Is this also the departed's doing? What should I do? My mind becomes a swirling miasma of confusion, thoughts, and muddled emotions. Even if I were to try and explain the situation to them, I'm the only one who can see those spirits, so nobody would even believe me. Shit. Shit. This is bad. I'm completely out of ideas. But staying here is pointless. I should make a move. Mr. Konoha is waiting for me in the faculty room. May as well get this over with. There is no one in the infirmary. I only have 2 souls. Oh, I want 3. Dang it all. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Violet Hour. I'm Bilicium, and today we are continuing with Death Mark 2. In the last episode, as you will have seen, we finished one episode and we have been thrown into yet another episode. I want to find out from the trader. There is a sacred object in the corner of the room. How many lost souls do I need to find? I need to find 8. So I didn't find the ones in the previous episode. Oh, that's kind of sad. I'm like missing 1. Trade for sacred objects. I only have these 2 left though. Okay. Let's talk. There's no one in the infirmary. Okay. I thought maybe I would talk to myself, but I guess that is not a thing that I will be doing. I guess I'll just have to talk to you lovely people out there on YouTube. This is the special building. Yes, let's go to the student council. Oh, no time for lollygagging. Okay, faculty room. I forgot. He wants to yell at me. When I enter the faculty room, Mr. Konoha's already there with an exhausted look on his face. There's a spirit clinging to his back, though he doesn't seem to notice it either. You finally arrived. Wow. Let's get on with it already. My body's feeling even more leadened than it was yesterday. I do recall that he mentioned feeling worn down yesterday as well. If this fatigue is being caused by these vengeful spirits, that means he may have already been possessed back then. Does the fact that I can see these spirits mean that the departed is getting even stronger? What's wrong? You seem like you're not quite looking at me. So like the thing on your back, maybe you should, call I don't know, a parasite removal company? I don't know. No, nothing. It's nothing. There are things he's better off not knowing. I'll just keep this quiet and not alarm him any more than I need to. So, what's this about Kinakawa? Oh, right. She left the dorm yesterday and hasn't returned. Do you happen to know anything about that? Dodge the question, remain silent. Don't know. I made a promise to Doryu, but I don't want to lie to Konoha either, which means I can only remain silent. All right. Just remember, if you cause some sort of incident, it will reflect poorly upon me as well, since I'm the one who hired you. But this is a matter of the student's safety we're talking about here. If you're hiding something from me, I won't forgive you. Okay. Should I be honest with him, since it involves Michio's safety? Even if I was, though, it's too late already. Telling him won't help anyone's safety. If you truly don't know anything about it, then we'll handle it from here. I suppose we should contact her family. These types of situations are frankly a struggle without Sakamoto around to handle them. Miss Sakamoto is not here today. Yes, and she didn't even call in. It was very unlike her. I wouldn't say anything if she just weren't feeling well. Everyone falls ill sometimes. But her absence has been troubling me since I found this thing on my desk. Here, read it. He hands me 5 sheets of paper bundled together with a paperclip. It looks like a write-up on me. To me, not on me. Ugh. As soon as I read the first page, I groan. This is basically a formalized complaint against Violet-Bilicium, the temporary teacher. The paper is a laundry list of reasons why I'm unfit to be teacher at this hallowed institute, and to no one's surprise, my unnatural, close relationship with 2 members of the student council is primary concern. Who cares about all that? Read the last page. What's this? Now? The 5th page is different from the others. The other pages were written with a stern, diligent hand, but this page is inked with sloppy, disconcerting handwriting. The voice keeps ringing in my mind. They keep calling and calling, and they don't stop. I will soon die, die, die. There is only one way to save my life. Go to the small room deep in the darkness. Goodness, at long last. Fox, Mushi, Gami, Kiba, Gami, Fox, Mushi, Gami, Kiba, Gami, Fox, Mushi, Gami, Kiba, Gami. What the hell is this? Mushigami and Kibagami. It's the names of the 2 gods mentioned in the town. Old M-Town book. This can't be a coincidence. How could Sakamoto have written this? A voice echoing in their head, guiding them a step closer to death. It reminds me of something. That's right. Izumi said something similar before he died. But it's too late now. I messed up. The departed hates me. I keep hearing a voice saying, die, 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 die in my head. I've got no fucking time left. I don't want to die. I'll definitely kill Hanako at the music room. Perhaps Sakamoto is also being targeted by the departed. But why would Sakamoto? Why, you're asking? Don't you even realize it? You keep asking why, always why. Isn't it your entire job to investigate that? It's because of your slowness and incompetence that we have these mourning casualties. Mr. Konoha is raising his voice and glowers at me. Such a normally mild-mannered person lashing out that much. Is this because of the curse, or is it just that stressed? People's lives are at stake here. We've had students perish already. Don't use your unprofessionalism as an excuse. Results are all that matter. It's entirely your fault that things have turned out this way. Have I made myself clear, Bilicium? Right. I'm stunned, speechless myself. Mr. Konoha lets out a sigh, and his shoulders droop. My grandfather founded the school. I must protect it. I've been working so hard to do that. My heart feels like it's breaking now. Mr. Konoha. The only thing I desire now is your report telling me that this case has been resolved. I don't want to fetter any more I don't want to fetter away any more time having this conversation. You are dismissed, Bilicium. The school will be closing shortly. All students, please promptly vacate the school grounds for today. As much as I want to inspect the clock tower, the door's locked in the evening. I'll wait in the infirmary until the sun sets. But I'm also gonna go look around some places. There's no one here, let's go somewhere else. I better stay in the infirmary until night falls. I'll make my way to the clock tower after that. There's no one here. Let's go somewhere else. Darn it all. I really want teeth. I want teeth. I want the tooths. I go back to the infirmary and wait until nightfall. I better find all 8 of those teethuses. It's time to head out. Will the door to the clock tower be open? A knock? Who's here at this hour? Mr. Bilicium. Doryu enters the room, a spirit clinging to her back. That wasn't there back at Kojo Mansion. Did it appear once she came to Konohara Academy? Or is it because of the time? More mysteries are piling up and none of them are being solved. Why are you here, Doryu? I snuck in since I thought you'd be the only one here at this time. I'm a real delinquent now. Why did you come here? You're going to go to the clock tower, right? I'll tag along. No, I cannot let you. I'm not going to have a repeat of what happened to Michio. I didn't ask for your permission. I'm tagging along whether you like it or not. This incident isn't just about you. It's also affecting me. Doryu. This is the same thing Michio did to me. We're going to the clock tower, right? Yeah, but there's something I need to check first. How are you feeling, Doryu? My body feels somewhat heavy. Maybe it's from a lack of sleep. But it's fine, I can go. I'll make sure I won't hold you back. Fine, don't push yourself too hard, though. Let's keep quiet about the vengeful spirits. It's not like we can do anything about it anyway. All right, let's go. What's wrong, Doryu? Oh, no. Being here reminds me of Michio. I was being insensitive. I am sorry. No, it's all the departed's fault. Let's just continue with the investigation. There's no need to stay here any longer. Let's go inspect somewhere else. I want to try finding teeth. There's no one in the faculty room. Thank goodness the teachers aren't here. I skipped school today. It'd be bad news if someone sees me. Is that your main concern? Isn't it a bigger problem that you snuck into school grounds at night? Oh, yeah, you have a point. Since I've been coming to school at night so often, I totally forgot that was an issue. There's no need to stay here any longer. Let's go inspect somewhere else. I have a warm cup of coffee with me today. Oh, it feels lovely. There's no one in the library. It's been a while since I last came here. I came to this place a lot during my first year before I joined student council. Do you like books, Doryu? Yes, I used to read a lot whenever I had free time. I don't really have any other hobbies. That's why I'm jealous of Michio. She always has something she's obsessed with. There's no need to stay here any longer. Let's go inspect somewhere else. I'm taking my time making sure I'm not missing teeth in case you're wondering what's with all of this diversions. I don't think I've ever seen her walk with us before. Her hair is long like mine. Actually, yeah, her hair is long like mine. Yeah, it's not going to allow me to go anywhere. But I still needed to check. Oh, you know what? Since we have her, let's see if we can get her to do her animation. We'll do the courtyard first. We will go into the courtyard. Oh. The light illuminating the ground is reflecting off of something. I bend over and pick it up. Yeah. It's an eerie tooth. A massive statue of a guardian fox standing here. Doryu, do me a favor. Will you do your action? Your animation? I really would like to see it. So we could go back to the infirmary, and I think maybe I will, just to grab whatever that's going to be. And then after I do that, we will come back here. She just doesn't have any animation, huh? Oh, it gave me my animation. Alright, well, we're gonna go back to the infirmary. Since I did my animation, maybe she'll do her animation next. I bite you. Something. I bite you. Reduces 3 action costs during suspensive act. No. What was the bag thing? Success rate is 5%. Yeah, we're gonna do the bag. Alright. And then we'll try and get those 3 others. So now I have 7. Okay. Alright. Alright. We'll go to the connecting corridor. So I'm a little bit sad because I was hoping to collect all of the teeth. I'm sorry, that should have scared me. Ah, so scary, so terrifying. But yeah, I was hoping for. We're gonna stand like that. I was hoping for being able to collect all the teeth in each chapter, but it doesn't seem like it was possible. But oh, interesting. So that's what your animation is. Yeah. I do, now that I know that they have little animations, it's fun to find them. So I find myself here once again. A clock tower with a clock that has stopped moving. Inside this tower, Michio is. Let's go, Mr. Bilicium. Yeah. The door's half opened. That means we can go inside. Makes me feel like this is the departed's work. Are you sure about this, Doryu? I can hear the sounds of Doryu trying to steady herself. What's going through her mind right now? Tension, or is it fear? In any case, her gaze is fixed forward. I'm ready. All right, let's go. There's no trace of Michio's corpse in the clock tower. There's nothing left on the floor. There's neither trace of blood nor the giant insects. Mr. Bilicium? I knew it. The departed disposed of her corpse. I guess so, yeah. Michio. Stumbling on her feet, Dorio walks towards the area where Michio collapsed. She then turns around to me and begins to speak. Michio was the best friend I ever had. She might have seemed selfish to you, but she was actually a really caring person. Even when she decided to be the student council vice president, she only did it to help me out. She didn't even really want to be a student council member. Were you two friends for a long time? Yes, we were friends even before we entered kindergarten. Our parents are close. Both of us are only children, so we became friends quickly. Because both of us wanted to have siblings, we often played sisters. I'd play the stubborn, fussy older sister, while she'd be the sloppy yet kind younger sister. She continues rambling until her voice gradually fades. I bet even Dorio herself has no idea what she's saying right now. It's not the time for action. It's time to just be there for her and listen. I nod silently. I shared everything with Michio. My hobbies, my future dreams, the troubles I hid from other people, even my crush. Listen to me, Mr. Bilicium. Michio loved you. What? Did you realize her feelings? I didn't. Vaguely, no way. Vaguely, yeah. I knew it. She's usually pretty direct when it comes to showing her feelings. It's only been a few weeks since we first met. Time is irrelevant. It's all about the event that made her fall for you. What event? Didn't you compliment her hair before? She believed it was fate that there was someone who could see our curse other than the two of us. But I'm a teacher and she is a student. So, you think that's weird? Yeah, it's not very common. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. 5 years ago at the school, there was a tragic love story between a teacher and his students. She must be referring to Rei Kishima and Sosutsuki Hiros from the art club. She probably heard it from Michio. Love can bloom regardless of your situation. It doesn't matter whether the love is accepted or not. Love, huh? I might be insensitive at this time, but I think I understand the kind of love Dorio is talking about. It's a feeling young girls often consider precious. However, I am an adult and a teacher, a temporary one. Though they might think they have adult feelings, Michio and Dorio are children. At the end of the day, it is my responsibility to keep them that way. I can't accept those feelings, Dorio. Is that so? I'm relieved to hear that. You're still the same as ever. A teacher who harbors romantic feelings for their students is the worst. Dorio gives me a mischievous smile. Was this some kind of a test? It's not like I want you to accept her feelings. I just want you to recognize Michio's love. I think that's what she'd want too. Dorio. Her love remained a bud until the end. It never had a chance to bloom. But now that you finally realize her feelings, I believe maybe her soul can rest a bit easier. Thank you, Mr. Bilicium. What are we going to do now? Find out who the departed is, obviously. In order to do that, we need to decipher the old book we found here. So let's go back to the infirmary. I'm sure we can decipher it if we both give it our best. It's not like we have a choice anyway. However, even with both of us, it'll take some time to decipher the context of the books. I wish there was a better way to do this. A mannequin without limbs, has it always been clothed? I need to know what's in here, besides the book. A cabinet full of old books. There used to be a board blocking the door. I didn't have time to check it before. Let's give it a look now. I open the door and inspect other spots beside the upper shelf where the books are stored. Everything is basically junk, like a molded mirror, a white mask, and some worm-eaten fabric. If only they'd been preserved properly, they might be valuable antiques. I find a familiar item among the junk. Amongst the junk? I didn't get that out. An eerie tooth. I know they said to go back to the infirmary, but the thing is, teeth. By the way, Doryu, you said you and Michio saw an altar where the doll was placed in the clock tower, right? But I don't see an altar anywhere. Yes, I'm surprised myself. There was definitely an altar when we came here. This is strange. Were they hallucinating or something? I don't think that's the case because the altar was also mentioned in the school newspaper. It's absurd to think they were all hallucinating. In that case, it may have been something caused by the departed. No one knows which is the real clock tower. The clock tower we're in now or the one you saw before with the altar. A large wooden box. I used the item inside here too. Huh. Mr. Bilicium, you have to focus on your investigation or else we will fail. Yeah, I know. There is a small item lying in the corner of the box. Nice. I pick it up with my hand. It's an eerie tooth.
Yoshi, いけそうだ.
Bilicium and the others have leveled up. Your spirit has increased by 3. Bilicium and the other spirits have been restored. Okay. Nothing else seems to be notable. Okay. I do so love getting a bit of confirmation that what I've done is completed. There's like not another thing that can be checked. Another thing. I love the flick of the hair. It's such a cool animation. I think my favorite is still Eyes when she twirls. It's so unexpected. I think it's really, really cool though. I should return to the infirmary.
これは。ここ。
Club activities will be halted for the time being. Head home as soon as the classes are over. The whole school feels like it's suffocating recently. Everyone's scared of the departed. I can feel it. Alright, back to the infirmary we go, guys. Hey, Bilicium. A familiar voice greets me when I enter the infirmary. Mishra. So you're actually here, huh? Credit where credit is due. You were right, hag. Haha. You can always trust my intuition. Mishra. Yasuka. I called Kosher Mansion, but no one answered. I got worried, Bilicium. You really cause us trouble. Huh? I can see spirits on their backs, too. Are these spirits attaching themselves to everyone who enters the school grounds, not just those who attend Konohara Academy? Judging by the awful look on your face, something must have happened. Spill it, now. About that. Don't do that, Mr. Bilicium. If you tell them, you'll... You must be Doryu, the student council president. Please, trust us. Bilicium is our friend. We won't betray him. Bilicium is already a jumbled pile of misdemeanors. Trespassing, theft, traffic violations, some more theft. I can't count them all on my fingers. I'm not going to be surprised by anything that comes out of this damned mouth, so stop wasting my time and spit it out already. Fine, I'll talk. I want to bring an end to this case no matter what it costs me, and I need your help. I tell them everything that happened last night, and I don't hide a single thing. The Departed's Wrath, the old book we found at the clock tower, the fact that I killed Michio, Doryu helping me out, and the spirits I've been seeing on everyone since this morning. You must be kidding me. To think you'd kill someone. Don't blame him for that. He was controlled by the Departed. Insanity or not, murder is still murder. Article 199, a person who kills another person is punished by the death penalty or life imprisonment, or for a definite term of no less than 5 years. I'd slap the cuffs on you myself if I had them with me. I can see that. Let me just say one thing. The law only applies if the victim is human. What do you mean by that? Oh, come on, stop playing dumb. You know damn well what I mean. There's a definite chance Michio Kunahawa was the Departed. What are you going on about? There's no way Michio was... You think there's no way? She's pretty suspicious to me. Doesn't her unnatural attachment and affection for you remind you of the Departed? Please, stop! How dare you talk about her love like that? You better watch your mouth too. Himio Doryu, you're also a suspect. Both of you have something in common with the way you approach Bilicium. Enough! You're being so cruel! Doryu glares at Mishita, her shoulders trembling. She's going to lurch at him at any moment now. Stop, Mishita. I'm grateful that you're helping me tackle this case, Mishita, but you took it too far. Bilicium, here's my suggestion for you. Investigate Michio Kinakawa. Determine whether or not she was really the departed. But Michio is already... Even if her corpse is gone, the evidence remains. Search her room. You might find clues about the departed there. Where did she live? The dormitory near the school. She's in the same dorm as you, right? Yes. It's a good thing we have someone who knows about the dorm with us. Will you help us out? Mr. Bilicium, are you telling me you suspect Michio? I don't know, but that's exactly why we need to confirm it. Understood. I'll cooperate since I believe she's innocent. Thanks, Doryu. Hey, Bilicium. You mentioned seeing vengeful spirits. Yes, in fact, there is also one on your back. I guess this must be why I've been feeling weird ever since yesterday. I wonder if the reason only you can see them is because you're the departed's groom. What are they, anyway? The embodiment of the departed's curse, most likely. Might be a result of their transformation, like the red lights in the school. Perhaps they all look the same because they were born from the same curse. It's not totally impossible, though the fact that the spirits are part human, part insect definitely raises some questions. Considering one of the Japanese characters composing the name Lord Mushigami means insect, I wonder if there's a connection. The deities of M-Town and the departed, they really might be connected in some way. What will happen if we just let them be? I don't know for certain, but I have a prediction. Those who are possessed by spirits will grow progressively weaker before they eventually die. I've witnessed it several times. No way. So everyone will die at this rate? Is there anything we can do to avoid it? Considering the number of the spirits performing an exorcism is out of the question. Our only hope is to determine the leader of the spirits, the departed. They're the cause of this disaster. Once they're gone, everything will go back to normal. Things have gone from worse to horrible at blazing speed. The damage has spread. But our mission remains unchanged. There's something I'd like to ask you, Yasuka. I take the old book from my bag. Can you help us decipher this book? It's a book about M-Town, a formerly inhabited area near here. Maybe it can also tell us something about the departed. Can you read it? You're really well versed in these sorts of things. Sure, I'll do my best. I'll try to decipher as much of the book as I can until you all return. I hand the old book to Yasuka. Shall we head over to the student dormitory? It's just across from the bus stop in front of the school. Yeah. Tally ho, my good merryman. So me, Doryu, and Mishita are going together? No, just me and Doryu. So I have been kind of curious with the two gods, if Michiho and Doryu are embodying the two gods. You know what I mean? Like, is that a thing? Bus stop? Oh wait, actually, let me go this way first. I think that's the correct way, so I want to make sure that I'm looking for teeth. What a fine historical gate. Konohara Academy is written on the nameplate. I want to graduate with Michio. Well, I can understand that desire. There's no need for me to take a bus now. I didn't know if it was going to say something. There's a bench with paint peeling on every corner. I even see some crushed bugs on the seat. I wish they'd clean this place. Huh? What's that? Dory seems to have noticed something. There's something on the ground near the bench. Nice! We pick it up. It is an eerie tooth. Ha ha ha! These is the things that I want. We go along the road and finally reach the dorm, but the front door is locked, not surprisingly, given that it is already past curfew. The back door might be open. The dorm manager is a bit sloppy sometimes. She often forgets to lock the door. That's actually terrible. Doryu is right. The back door is open. See? I told you. We'll be in trouble if we get caught. Let's hurry. I feel like the dorm manager should be fired. Fortunately for us, the dorm entrance is empty when we get in there. Thank goodness the manager isn't here. I thought she'd stay behind with Michio's disappearance and all. Looks like she went home at her regular time. Wow, what a loyal employee. Shall we look for the key to Michio's room? The manager has a duplicate, so we'll find it as long as we... So we'll be fine as long as we find that. Yeah. Interesting.
Cool.
A row of mailboxes. Based off of the numbers of mailboxes I see, this student dormitory is quite big.
Cool.
This is the administration office where the dorm manager works. The key should be around here. Please wait a minute. I'll take a look. Doryu enters the administration room. I'm the only one in the entrance now. This is bad. If a student happens to come in at this moment, I'm not going to have any good explanation. Not only did I barge in here without permission, but this is a female dormitory. There's no justification for me being here. Come on, get back a hair soon. My impatience is starting to grow. But then Doryu appears, granting my wish. In her hands is a key with a label attached. Found it. This is the key to Michio's room. So it was that easy to find, huh? This dorm sure is unsafe. Easy access to keys, and the back door isn't even locked. The key was in a sturdy case with a combination lock. I only know the combination because Michio told me. Why did Michio know it? She snooped on the managers once when she was entering it and memorized it. She didn't intend to do anything bad with it, though. Probably. Goodness. This should get us into Michio's room. Her room is on the 4th floor. Let's take the elevator. So I would imagine that taking the stairs would be safer if we're trying not to get caught, because we're just stuck in a little cubicle, and if somebody decides to use the elevator and the door's open, we're just there. We can't, like, stop them. I mean, unless they have, like, the keep the door closed button, but that won't permanently stay closed. Like, if somebody's actually on the other side wanting the door open, we could probably play a waiting game and act like the elevator's broke, but it wouldn't really help us too awful much. Whereas if we took the staircase, we could listen out and make sure that we didn't hear people coming. It's not a very big one. Probably can only fit 4 or 5 people tops. Let's go to the 4th floor. Once we arrive on the 4th floor, I let Dorio lead us down the hallway. We come to a stop in front of the door with the number 402 on it. This is Michio's room. The moment Dorio opens the door, I duck into the room. I turn on the light to reveal the whole room. Is this a single room? I only see one bed here. I'd just sort of assumed you'd be sharing a room since this is a student dormitory. It's not really common, but yes, all the rooms here are single rooms. Well, now that I know this room only has a single occupant, that means that anything I see here is a reflection of Michio's personality. This doesn't look like the room that a terrifying spirit like the departed would live in. I'm going to see what I can find. Just wait here. I shall leave the investigating to you. This doesn't really look like Michio's room. Why are there frogs everywhere?
Gore.
Aside from the small frog decorations, there are also plastic fish tanks on the shelf. Inside the tank is a dead frog. Because it died on top of a dry stone, its body is completely shriveled up. It's bone dry. Bring the little one. Frog, drive away bugs. Arrgh. A whisper suddenly invades my mind. This isn't the first time I've experienced this. A strange voice is speaking to me. Bring the little one. Frog drives away bugs. Are they telling me to bring this dead frog somewhere? For what reason, I wonder to myself. But the voice in my head never gives me an answer. Sitting here and waiting for an answer will get me nowhere. What I need to do is make a decision, and I've always chosen to follow the guidance of the spirit's whispers. Who knows, maybe this frog has some kind of spiritual power. I've obtained a dried up frog. Is this the weirdest thing I've ever obtained in all of my investigating in all 3 of these games? Because I kind of feel like the answer is yes.
Gore.
Her dresser is most likely filled with clothing. There is a stuffed frog doll on the top. Should I check her drawers too, just in case? I hesitate a bit, but then I realize there are bigger issues than decorum at play here. Inside the drawers are Michio's casual clothes. These clothes reveal that she didn't appear to care very overly much about fashion, as some of the clothes are very similar to one another. I also inspect the backs just to be sure, but I don't find anything hidden on them. When I close the drawer, something falls down to the ground. Ah, wonderful. I pick it up. It is an eerie tooth. Obtained lost soul eerie tooth. Mo said lost souls are often seen in places near spiritual disorders. So why is this thing here then? Why is Michio's decor all frogs? I thought she loved insects. Isn't that strange? It's rather curious to find it here, though it's too early to use this as evidence against Michio. Even if this dorm is cursed, we can't just assume that Michio was the cause of it. There's a large poster of a loving frog mom and her frog child. A calendar with a frog drawing is hanging on the wall. It's already October, but the calendar remains on August. Oh, wow. So much. It's a small refrigerator for a single person. There's a few bottles of soda inside.
Gore.
There's a thin layer of dust on the desk, along with a notebook. Froggy Log 3 is written on the cover. That's actually kind of cute. As the title suggests, the notebook is all about the frog it seems she was caring for. I see a lot of enthusiastic praise inside, things like, "Oh my god, so cute, true beauty." There are also some cute drawings that convey her affection towards her pet amphibian, but with no dates mentioned in the entries, it's hard to guess when she wrote these. Other than that, there are a lot of notes about her frog's food. She fed it either crickets, flies, or earthworms, trying to learn what the frog liked the most. Furthermore, she happily noted how the frog would eat the insects.
Kuku.
There's a frog-shaped board hanging on the wall. I find 2 notes on it. One is a note about raising a frog, and the other is about her summer vacation plans. August 8th, school day. Go to the clock tower with Himi. That must have been the day when she and Doryu discovered the female doll in the clock tower. Huh.
Kuku.
A mattress sits atop a typical pipe bed frame, and there's a stuffed frog doll sitting by the pillow. She only has a light blanket on the bed. Does she not get cold at night? That concludes my inspection. Did you learn anything, Mr. Bilicium? Yeah, a lot. Huh? Just what did you learn? The resident loves frogs. The owner of this room loves frogs, the stuffed dolls, fish tank, and the posters. This place is stuffed to the gill with frogs. That seems like something quite important. Mr. Bilicium, why would that be important? How do I say it? It's hard to explain, but I just kind of feel it. Oh, all right. Judging by the way she's staring at me, I don't think she's very convinced. The residents' preferences changed? The Michio I know loves bugs, but the owner of this room clearly loves frogs. Additionally, from what she wrote on her notebook, she only considered bugs to be food for her frog. That's a pretty drastic change in personality, don't you think? Well, true, but she's always been a fickle person. Her preference changes every once in a while. Last year, she was really into video games, and before that, she was obsessed with puzzles. So honestly, it doesn't seem all that weird. Answer me, Doryu. When did Michio start liking bugs? It was around the end of August, when our summer break ended. There's no sign of life in this room. There's no sign of life in this room. There's a layer of dust on the desk, and she neglected the frog she'd been raising. Furthermore, the calendar's on August, almost as if time has stopped here. But Michio came back here every day. She might have returned here, but I honestly doubt that she spent her time here as a human. Oh my god. In the time this room stopped in August, the same time as her dramatic change in preference, that can't be a coincidence in my book. Something must have happened to Michio around that time. She turned into a different person after that point. But is person even the right word here? Mr. Bilicium, are you saying that this room hasn't changed in a long time, and Michio suddenly changed her interest because she'd become the departed? Yeah. You must be joking. Michio is the departed? No, it can't be. Doryu protests frantically. I understand her feelings, I truly do. If Michio really had changed since the end of August, that means when we first met at school that night, she was already. For the entire time I've known Michio, she was the departed. The departed is a spirit. Spirits are already dead. Putting it that way, the Michio from that time... Mr. Bilicium, if the Michio we know recently was the departed, what about the real Michio? It's not hard to imagine. The departed replaced the real Michio. Both of them would have been able to exist at the same time, so... I'm sure she was killed months ago. This can't be real. Our business here is done. We've learned what we wanted to know. Or rather, we learned what we didn't want to know. Ever since leaving the dorm, Doryu had a blank look on her face. I can't blame her. She just lost her best friend a second time. I bet she's got no tears left to cry at this point. You okay? Yes. A short, hollow response. She looks so pale. I'm worried that she might just collapse. Let's head back to the infirmary. We need to share this information with the others. I finished my business at the student dormitory. Damn it. I really hope that I didn't miss a tooth. Because there was like the little stairway sector, and I'm thinking maybe there might have been a tooth hidden in there. I'm going to be so mad if I missed a tooth. I'm sure I did. Oh, wait, can I just... Yeah, let's just go to the infirmary. Masha and Yasuka are waiting for me. I better report our findings with them. Let's trade first. I don't want to do this yet. That reminds me, I bought new sacred objects. Okay. Ugetsun's notebook. Reduces 4 damage from suspensive events. No. New Emperor's Inro reduces 4 action cost during suspensive acts. Sacred object, Tenmangu's wooden bag, increases success rate during suspensive acts by 20%. By 20%? Yes. Checking your spirits, I see. All right, we have 3. We gotta find 3 teeth. I shall see you later then. You're finally here. What did you find? I got this dry dead frog from her room. I was told by a voice without a body that it was going to be important to the investigation, so I brought it back here. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Right? That's kind of how it feels. I tell them the information I learned from the student dormitory. Knew it. Michio Kinakawa is the departed. And now the whole murder in the clock tower is also cleared up. That was just another one of the departed's tricks. Kinakawa manipulated you into thinking you killed her. Why did she do that? Probably to destroy your mind with fear. She wanted to drive you insane. Maybe you being insane is one of the departed's marriage requirements. You're thinking like an insane bride deserves an insane groom? Makes some sense. Killing a student who's in love with you, that certainly would be something that would drive a person mad. My mind would have shattered had Doryu not shown up that day. Say, Doryu, is the whole avenge Michio for me promise I made with you still intact? Yes. This doesn't change the fact that the departed still harmed Michio. All right, I'll do my best then. Bilicium, there's something I'd like to tell you. I've deciphered the book you gave me. I appreciate it. This book details an ancient M-Town ritual. Allow me to give you the gist. I jot down what Yasuka says in my notebook. Summary of old M-Town book. In the past, severe famine devastated M-Town. The residents of the town believed the fury of their deities, Mushigami and Kabigami, were the cause of the tragedy. Hence, shrines were built to worship the deities. Mushigami Shrine was located in downtown, while Kabigami Shrine was built in the Fox Forest. Mushigami Shrine and Kabigami Shrine are merely halls of worship for the two deities. One an insect deity, the latter a mold deity. The main shrine to both Mushikabi is located elsewhere. Mushikabi. Interesting. Mushikabi's shrine is located deep in the Fox Forest off of the road. Only relatives of the priest and fox, the messenger, know how to get to the shrine. The departed's wedding was held when a great famine occurred in M-Town. Held to wish for the end of the famine. This is also a sacred wedding ceremony where the match brides and grooms exchange vows before the two deities. This ritual was last held during Meijing era, about 100 years ago. It's said that select brides and grooms completed the ceremony at Mushikabi's shrine, and the Great Famine in M-Town finally came to an end. Because it is a holy ritual, the selection criteria for the brides and grooms was quite stringent. The grooms must be from the priest's family and have impeccable spiritual qualities. As for the brides, they must be pure maidens that come from a decent family. Furthermore, both of them have to be exceptional in all aspects, including their intelligence, lineage, and personality. Hence, the chosen brides and grooms are said to be blessed and are the envy of the town. We've obtained old book. After she's done explaining the contents of the book, I'm left speechless. Deities named for bugs and mold, the departed's wedding, the bride and grooms, the selection. There are so many things in this book that overlap with the departed's actions and remarks. This book is definitely our way to find out the departed's true identity. Agreed. It feels like we've finally managed to get a real look at the departed's history. But Yasuka halts her words, pondering. If there's something on your mind, just say it out loud, Yasuka. Do you not find this strange? If the wedding ritual was a blessed event like the book said, how could the departed have been born? She has a point. Based on my previous interaction with spirits, they're birthed from grudges. This book probably only covers a sanitized version of the truth. If there's another part shrouded in the darkest aberrance, that's the part you'll need to uncover. We already inspected Mushigami's shrine in the corridor and Kibigami's shrine in the forest during our encounter with Master Kokoru. However, we didn't find any clues about the departed. The last one is Mushikabi's shrine, then. There might be something of note there. Mushikabi Shrine is located in the depths of the fox forest. We don't have time to explore the whole forest. Then our only choice is to ask the fox how to get there. Yasuka is referring to the fox, the messenger of the gods, mentioned in the book. There's a fox in the storage area of the science room, though it doesn't look like a messenger to me. I'm going to need to find another fox. Now that we have some direction, we can finally start the investigation. By the way, is Hiru not coming tonight? Yeah, I didn't contact her. I made that call. This is above her pay grade now. The departed has transformed and grown stronger. They are more dangerous than before, so it seems prudent not to get Hiru and other regular people involved any further. That applies to you guys too. Don't get me wrong, I really appreciate your help. I just don't understand why you're willing to risk so much to help me. Like Yasuka said, the departed has transformed and acknowledged me as their husband. This is on another level than helping me deal with the spirits in the notices. I have no idea what will happen next. And yet, they've decided to jump into the hellhole alongside me. Where does that determination of theirs come from? This is my job. I believe it is my fate to save those who are terrorized by the wrath of the spirits. I've only lived this long because my purpose in the world of the living has not yet been completed. This is my job too, because this old bag here asked me to, and in more literal sense, because I actually get paid to do it. The pay is worth the risk. Simple, straightforward answers. This is why I've placed my faith in them, a strong faith that I can't be described in words. The simple ways they lead their lives make me feel like I can trust them with mine. Thank you. Let's head out if we're done chatting. Yeah, let's go. Wait a minute, Mr. Bilicium. Can I come with you? Mashida. Do you really have to ask me, you idiot? Of course she can't come. Who in their right mind would bring a kid into the forest at night? You do make a good point. Stay put here, Doryu. But... You look awful pale, Doryu. If you collapse, you'll only make things more difficult for Bilicium. Let's both wait here, all right? Understood. Doryu nods reluctantly at Yasuka's insistence. Please be careful, Mr. Bilicium. Let's bring an end to the stupid game, Bilicium. I couldn't trust myself. I was like, I want to say no, but also I feel like if I'm like no, then she might follow us. And then I'll be like, oh, I should have said yes. You know what I'm saying? Woohoo! Investigation of the departed. Like all the other victims, Michio's corpse disappeared from inside the clock tower. I asked Mashida and Yasuka to help me out. Mashida suspects Michio might be the departed, given their similarities. I need to investigate to see whether or not this theory is true. We need information about Michio to determine whether or not she was the departed. Upon inspecting her room, I learned she used to like frogs instead of bugs. Doryu told me she changed around the end of August. I bet that's when the departed killed Michio and began masquerading as her. The book Yasuka deciphered has information about a ritual called the Departed's Wedding. In M-Town and the village deities, Mushigami and Kabigami, bugs and mold, played a big role. Mishikabi Shrine, where the ritual took place, is located deep in Fox Forest. We need to find a way into the main shrine. Very interesting. We're heading to the connecting corridor. A massive statue of a guardian fox stands here. It's darkened, which gives the impression that it has been here for quite some time. A guardian fox, huh? I guess this could be called the messenger of the gods. We might find a clue to the location of the Mishikabi shrine. We better inspect it. Bet this fox was originally put here to protect Mishigami Shrine. While the fox is usually known as the messenger of Inari Shrine in other parts of Japan, I guess it's different in this area. I can't seem to find anything unusual about this even after I thoroughly inspect it. And it's not like this fox is just going to start talking. What do we do now? How long are you going to keep staring at that statue? You tried checking the pedestal? Oh, you're right. I'm just staring into the fox's eyes. Tell me your secrets. Tell me, great fox spirit. Hey, have you tried, looking around the pedestal? Oh, yeah. I direct my flashlight toward the weathered pedestal and inspect it, as Machida watches with a look of annoyed disbelief at how dumb I really am. It looks like there are some letters written on the bottom part of the pedestal. This might lead us to the location of the shrine. Let's try to read it. All right, we're going to read. I try reading the letters on the bottom of the pedestal. However, damn, I can't read anything with all the mold covering it. The hell? Just brush it off then. I tried, but it didn't come off at all. It must be stuck on good since it's been growing undisturbed for so long. We need some mold remover. Damn it, we're encountering some really shitty things on this case. So where should we get some? Most stores are already closed for the night. Let's look around the school. They must have that kind of thing for cleaning. Though I didn't find any mold remover in the bottom closet when I was investigating Hanako's case, and searching the entire school would definitely take some time. We better ask someone who's familiar with the school first. Worst case scenario, we'll head all the way back to Kojo Mansion and grab something. That'll do it. Okay. There is something kind of funny about how in this game or in this story, our character has become very defeated in temperament, both in how he's speaking and also sort of questioning himself in actions. Whereas in the first one, it kind of conveyed itself near the end of Deathmark, but I'm seeing it much more clearly kind of conveyed in this series, I guess. I think it's very well written, but I do think that there's kind of this undertone of self-doubt, and it's not just because of The Departed. I think it's, well, maybe I shouldn't say it's not just because of The Departed. I think that it's the series or the events that have taken place, but they're doing such a really great job of, even though you as the player may feel still very in control or very confident in what you're doing, the character psyche is clearly being dwindled down and diminished, and you're seeing that written in a very beautiful way. It's almost like watching someone who is going into a depression. It's not just this one minute you're happy-go-lucky, and the next minute, bam, you can't seem to make decisions for yourself, or you can't seem to get out of bed. It's the slow progression of like self-doubt and self-defeating, and seeing like these people on the outside who are seeing that change in him and are actively there trying to help him, like coax him out of being sort of like swallowed up into that, is very, very well done and written in a way that I think a lot of stories that talk directly about like depression don't do very well. So I'm really enjoying it is what I'm getting at, but also I think it's very interesting how they've chosen to write the characters and the psychology behind it. Huh? What brought you back? We've encountered a bit of a problem and need your help. I tell her about the mold on the pedestal and ask if she knows where we can find some mold remover. Mold remover? I'm pretty familiar with the school, but I have no idea where they keep that. My apologies. At this rate, I really will have to go back to Koju Mansion to get mold remover. Sorry for sticking my nose in, but is there any bleach around that you know of? Bleach? Mold remover and chlorine bleach have similar ingredients. Do you happen to know where the bleach is, Doryu? There should be a bottle in the student council room. I don't exactly remember where it is in the room, though. Cool. According to Doryu, there should be a bottle of bleach here somewhere. Let's get looking for it. No reason to dawdle. To dawdle.
Yoshi.
There's nothing inside the trash can, though it still smells really musty. On the desk, I find a notepad with something written on it. Will the next student meeting be postponed due to recent events connecting to the departed? What will happen to the clock tower project? I don't find any useful information. There are several printouts on the whiteboard. One of them is about the clock tower. We may have read this already, but I'm going to read it one more time, just in case. Konohara Academy Student Council Notice. Konohara Academy's 70th anniversary project, Wake Up Clock Tower. Built to commemorate the school's 10th anniversary, the clock tower is representation of Konohara Academy's 70th year history. To commemorate the 70-year anniversary of the school, we would like to make another attempt to repair the clock tower, and your signature is required for this to happen. Your cooperation will be greatly appreciated. Let us use our power to move the hands of the clock again. We've scoured the student council room, but we haven't found anything to remove that mold. Maybe it's inside of here. I open the door and find all sorts of miscellaneous stuff crammed inside. From a giant hole puncher, an old notes, to a certificate of accommodation. I guess anything that isn't used often gets shoved into here. Among them is a bottle of liquid bleach. Judging by the weight, there seems to be plenty left. So we're gonna get rid of the mold. And then we're gonna get rid of the bugs. There's no one here. That means no one will report anything if we wreak havoc on the school. No, don't do that, is what I want to say. But just looking at the situation, honestly, anything can happen. Preparing yourself for the worst, huh? Well, I'm not gonna hold you back either. When do you ever hold back, though? There's no need to stay here any longer. Let's go inspect somewhere else. Let's go back to the infirmary. Because I want to talk one more time. If the old book speaks the truth, Mishikabe's shrine should be in the fox forest. In the past, the departed's wedding was held there. Perhaps there's still some truth to be found there that relates to the departed's birth. I think my neighbors are being loud again, and I'm not 100% sure. So I'm really hoping that they aren't. Oh, have we seen Mashita's movement? I don't know if we have. All right. We're just going to chill here for a minute because I really want to see what Mashita's his action is. Because who have we not seen? Oh, they did it together. Oh, I love that. That was really good. A massive statue of the guardian fox stands here. It's darkened, which gives one of the impressions that it has been here for quite some time. All right. Item. Liquid bleach. I open the bleach bottle and pour the liquid onto the pedestal. Then I wait for a bit before using a handkerchief to remove the mold. It doesn't come off completely, but it does a decent enough job that I can actually make out the letters. We should be able to read what's written on the pedestal now. The writing on the pedestal is apparently a poem that seems a bit like a nursery rhyme. The old writing style and weathering makes reading it more difficult to task than I'd anticipated, but I managed to copy it onto my notebook. Follow the fox's whine, inviting us to the shrine, but the path is blocked by the serpent's rock. The beast behind the zodiac shall be the one who opens the track by imitating the serpent with an angry lament. I did a terrible job of reading that. What is the meaning of this rhyme? Maybe we can find out if we go to the fox forest. Yeah, maybe. Clock tower? Holy shit, I can just go in? A cabinet with old books inside. There's nothing there but books and junk now.
これは
A mannequin without limbs. Wow. I didn't think we were going to just be allowed to come in here. The sound effects for that are absolutely insane.
これは
A traffic cone and a barrier are blocking the way. I imagine they're to prevent people from going in. However, this might be the opposite effect. They're quite attention-grabbing, and it's not difficult to bypass the barrier. What I need, Masha, what I need is I need tooths. An old shrine gate, it looks pretty standard. However, to me, this is a particular moment in time. It looks like a terrifying gate to hell. We've come down to the wire. Pull yourself together, Bilicium. Masha, will you marry me? I think we're going into like a marriage ceremony, and I could think of no one better to get married to than you. Consider. Just consider. Fox Forest is just beyond this gate. Mishikabe's shrine, where the departed's wedding is held, is located somewhere in this forest. God, I hope I get married to him. All right, Bilicium. We don't know what kind of horrors are awaiting for us there. Hang on to this gun, but be very careful with it. Masha hands me the paper bag again. I have obtained a suspicious paper bag. It's heavy. Doubt I'll ever get used to this thing. You shouldn't. Let's go. He even got me a wedding present. It's true love, guys. Masha loves me. I'm really happy I gave him that gun back, actually. Because I don't know if maybe that would have changed the way that event unfolded. Like, you know, if I had the gun and I'd used it, if then I would have made enough noise that people would have heard gunshots. You know what I mean? Relying on the faint light from my flashlight, we tentatively step into the darkness of the forest. Master Kokuri is no longer here. However, a more terrifying spirit might have replaced him. As fear and tension build up inside of my mind, beads of sweat start running down my cheeks. Like your butt cheeks? Hold on. Listen carefully. Do you hear that? I hear a faint moan. It doesn't make sense. Why are we hearing that here? I have a bad feeling about this. Hurry up. Masha and I rush over to the source of the sound. After a while, I arrive at an open area full of trees. There, I find Sakamoto in a horrible state. Sakamoto, what's happening to you? You all... Did some insanely big bug chew you up or something? What the heck happened to you? Are you perhaps Lord Mashigami? Come again? What are you saying? It's no use. She's clearly not in her right mind. For fuck's sake! Is there even anything we can do for her? Sakamoto suddenly screams. At that moment, the bugs cling to her, launch an attack. Damn. What are we gonna do, Bilicium? We're in deep shit if we don't have to keep dealing with this. Damn. What are we gonna do, Bilicium? We're in deep shit if we have to keep dealing with this. I like it. While I think she might be too far gone to save, I hope we can at least do something for her. Whether what's happening to Sakamoto now is a paranormal phenomenon or a mere hallucination, maybe we can return Sakamoto to her senses. Sakamoto's report, dried up frog, suspicious paper. Dried up frog. Hold towards the insects, yes. I grab the dried up frog and I thrust it toward the bugs latching to Sakamoto. I remember hearing frog drive away bugs or something. This might work. I bring the frogs closer to the bugs. When I do that, the bugs pull back as if they're retreating from the frog. Nice, looks like it's working. But even though the bugs are trying to avoid the frog, they still don't leave Sakamoto. I successfully intimidated the bugs, but this is still getting us nowhere. Looks like this isn't the right choice. While I was thinking she might be too far gone, maybe I can do something for her at least. Maybe we can return her to her senses. Read aloud. Yeah, Yep.
これでどうだ。了解した。
We unfold Sakamoto's report and read it out loud so she can hear. You think I'm a terrible teacher. I dress stupidly. I am providing no proper education to these students, and each of my classes is a complete waste of their time and yours. And also you suspect me of having torrid relations with minors, which is completely illegal. We carefully read the report out loud, speaking loudly and clearly. Sakamoto isn't responding much, though I can tell that she's listening. Is there still a glimmer of her consciousness left? If so, our voices might still reach her. Remember, Sakamoto. Yeah, this is the report you wrote. Huh? Is that my... But why is it... Looks like Sakamoto's returned to her senses a little bit. Looks like this is the right choice. Why am I? Sakamoto murmurs, stupefied. Bugs are sticking out of the large holes in her head and chest. As if this were a normal situation, those wounds would have killed her long ago. However, she's talking. This is probably another instance of the departed's curse. Mr. Bilicium. Her remaining left eye fixes a gaze upon me. I guess she recognized me. She will be beyond saving at this point, though maybe I can still ask some questions. The departed's true identity, the main shrine's location. We don't need any of this information. The departed's true identity isn't really relevant now, is it? Maybe it is. And the main shrine's location is behind that big snake boulder. Tell me who the departed really is, Sakamoto. The departed... I don't know anything. There's no point in asking her this. Yeah. And same thing with shrine location. Tell me where the main shrine is. You went there, didn't you? The main shrine is beyond the Serpent Rock. There, make the bloody red, pure blue. Make the bloody red and the pure blue. I'm just speechless. Like a puppet whose strings have been cut, Sakamoto collapses on the spot. She stops moving and... Instantly, insects swarm her body. They begin to devour her before my very eyes. Stop! I try to kick the insects off of her. This is futile. There is no way these bugs can be stopped. Please stop. Stop this. I can't bear to watch someone I knew get consumed by insects bit by bit. In the end, I have to avert my eyes. Fire? Once the insects finish eating her body, they scatter into the dark forest. There's not a trace of Sakamoto's remains, bones, or clothes left. Why? Sakamoto. Didn't that teacher try to railroad you out of the school? The departed doesn't want you to leave. That's probably led her to being cursed. Sakamoto was cursed by the departed. That probably explains why she's gone mad in the middle of writing her report, hearing a voice in her head that way Azumi had. It was all because of her hostility towards me. It was because she got mixed up with me. If I wasn't here, then Sakamoto would... Let's pump the brakes on that right now. I'm not a priest, so I'm not here to listen to you your pitiful wailing and offer you repentance. Right. But maybe that woman was actually saved. Otherwise, she wouldn't have regained her sanity on the brink of death, and she wouldn't have been able to leave that hint for you either. I recall Sakamoto's last words. The main shrine is beyond the Serpent Rock. There, make the bloody red pure blue. The latter half is a mystery to me, but I've got an idea what she is referring to in the first half. Serpent Rock is also written on the fox pedestal. Is that rock the key to getting the main shrine? Where are the mushrooms? Oh, there they are.
これは
A cluster of mushrooms is growing on the tree trunk. Know your resentment. What was that voice just now? That bridal procession. Hey, you seeing visions again? Yeah. Wow, that's a pretty handy way to gather information, seeing as our investigation so far is going nowhere fast. So what did you see? I relay the details about the scene I saw and what the voice told me. I see. If the description in the old book is right, that sounds like the departed's wedding. So you're saying I saw the past? The bridal procession went through the forest? I guess that must have been heading to Mishikabe's shrine. Who'd the voice belong to, though? I have no idea, but know your resentment isn't the type of thing you say during a happy occasion. I knew it. There's something darker behind it. If we follow the bridal procession and head to Mishikabe Shrine, which is located somewhere deep in the forest, will we finally be able to find out the truth about the departed's wedding? There is an old stone lantern. There is an animal carved atop the lantern. It looks like a mouse to me.
Yoshi.
I'm not going to read them all out loud, but I am going to check them just to make sure I'm not missing teeth.
ここ
Because I need all the teeth I can get. And by teeth, I mean literally anything, really. I find something glowing inside of the firebox of the stone lantern. Intrigued, I peer into the firebox. Inside, clumps of mold are growing, almost looking like moss. It's a strange sight. Black and red mold are intermingled, making it look poisonous. This is a vision of hell or something. I spot a small object within. This is what was reflecting the light. Except, I need to put my hand into these ominous mounds of mold to pick it up. Do it. I have no choice. I slowly put my hand into the firebox. Slow but carefully, I try to avoid the mold. My finger ended up touching the mold. It feels muggy, but it's not indescribable. I get goosebumps all over my body. Ugh. Lick it. Repressing the urge to immediately put my hand back, I extract said item buried in the mold. I like that he's like, I'm avoiding this urge. I managed to pull it out. It's an eerie tooth. Wonderful. Do I have 3 now? I wipe my hand thoroughly with a handkerchief and make a mental note to wash both my hands and the handkerchief later. No, I only have 2. Looks like a dragon. Oh, it was the rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the serpent path is the one we want to take, but the rabbit lantern is the one that had the tooth. And Miss Sakamoto is the rabbit She loved rabbits and wore all these sorts of like rabbit things. You know, the watch, the what was the other thing she had? Oh, the necklace, the handbag. I suspect that there won't be anything further, but I do want to check. I do want to just make sure. And that way, I feel like I've accomplished. Umbrella-shaped mushrooms are growing on the trees. I take a look to find any mushrooms resembling fox licata. Yeah, we're not really looking for that anymore. But we are looking for teeth. The shrine grounds look the same as before. This used to be Kabegami Shrine, not the Mishikabi Shrine we're looking for. An unpleasant flapping sound surrounds us. Looks like... Look at all these insects. Mashita waves his hand, trying to drive them off, but the flying insects show no sign of scattering. They're so fucking annoying. Let's get the hell out of here, Bilicium. Agreed. We walk back to the path nearby. I feel something hard beneath the sole of my shoe. I lift my foot and look at the ground. There's something sitting there. Wonderful. It was worth it all along. It rewarded me for being nosy, which makes me want to go down the other two paths, the boar path and the I don't remember what the other path is. But if it's gonna reward me with teeth, I'm gonna do it. Beyond the big log fence is Kakura's corpse. His body's been consumed by mushrooms. Once this is all over, I want to hold a memorial service. That's the only way. That's the only thing I can do now. Okay. All the other little markers are gone now, which is interesting. Interesting. Rooster's path. Okay. My curiosity will not be rewarded this time around, I guess. But at least we tried. I do have 3 teeth. Should I go back? You're all gonna hate me, but I'm going back. Oh my, welcome. Let's trade. Reduces 4 damage from suspensive act. Or reduces 4 action costs during suspensive act. No. We're gonna do 4 damage. Yes. Thank you. Number of lost souls left in this chapter is 1. Okay. I shall see you later then. All right. I know you guys were probably mad about that, but I wanted to level up as much as I could before we go into this battle and also top off our health. So you can see I have 48 and he has 51 again. So let's get in there. I love the chanting. An eerie voice has been ringing in my ears for quite some time. The further we walk down the path, the louder the chant-like sound becomes. Does the cause of the spiritual phenomenon lie ahead? I do wonder. A giant rock is sitting in front of us. A thick, sacred rope is wrapped around the rock, its knot resembling a snake head. This might be the serpent rock Sakamoto was talking about, but what do we do now? Rock and serpent, serpent rock. Now that I think about it, serpent rock was also part of the rhyme written on the Guardian Fox's platform. I open my notebook and check the rhyme. Follow the fox's whine, invite us to the shrine, but the path is blocked by the serpent rock. The beast behind the zodiac shall be the one to open the track, by imitating the serpent with an angry lament. The beast behind the zodiac shall be the one to open the track, by imitating the serpent with its angry lament. Follow the fox's whine, invited us to the shrine, but the path is blocked by the serpent's rock. This is probably a clue to how to get here. So if we go down this path, the beast behind the zodiac shall be the one to open the track, by imitating the serpent with an angry lament. Open the path, that means we have to do something here. The main point here is the beast behind the zodiac. Until we can solve this riddle, we have no idea how to proceed. So, what animal is the beast? I tell Masha the answer I come up with. Nah, I don't think so. What would make the beast behind the zodiac? What would make that the beast behind the zodiac? What do you think then? Hold on, I'm thinking. Masha takes out his cigarette and lights it. He then starts pacing back and forth. This must be what he does when he's thinking hard about something. All right, before I push the button, I am curious, what is the beast behind the zodiac? We have bugs, we have mold. Is the departed a way to... Do they sacrifice these brides and grooms to this said beast? And if so, what is the beast? Famine. Maybe because of bugs? But then what is what? Centipedes? Was the town overridden with centipedes? Is that what caused the famine? I'm curious if you guys have any ideas what this might be. But I am going to end this episode here. Yes, I am going to be a scallywag. Yes, you can leave comments down below and how frustrated and upset you are. But I do think that this is actually an excellent place to stop before we get started with the beginning of the next episode. It will give us a very fun and exciting start to an episode because I have a feeling we are going to be facing off against said beast. But I'm also going to take this opportunity to try and figure out what said beast is. And I don't want to do a bunch of back and forthing and faffing around with you guys here because that's not very nice to you. So we're going to avoid that. If you guys have an idea who you think the beast is, again, no spoilers. If you already know, please don't say anything. But if you don't know and you think that you might know the answer to this riddle, leave it in the comments below. I am interested in seeing what you guys come up with. I kind of guessed ox just because I was thinking like Zodiac's beast, and the ox to me is like the most beast-like. Either that or boar, beast or boar, ox or boar. But I realized it has nothing to do with the Zodiac. It's after the fact, right? So all of the Zodiac animals, I think you can just take off of your plate and say, who is the beast after you get past the Zodiacs, right? So you come to the serpent rock, but who's behind the serpent rock is really the question, and that's the answer that we're looking for. And I don't know the answer to that, so we'll see what we come up with in the next episode. But thank you all for joining me. I do hope that you enjoyed. I hope you will join me in the next episode. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone. Enjoy the chanting.